Now look at that. That's a good looking bowl of soup. Oh man, it's delicious. This is like a spicy loaded baked potato. Comfort in a bowl. Jalapeno popper soup. I know, I said jalapeno wrong. Cornbread's in the oven and we're making a jalapeno popper soup. Some people say that us Southern girls do not know how to say jalapeno. You're probably right. We're chopping up some bacon and we've got our Dutch oven preheating on a, let's see, I've got it on a medium heat. I'm going to turn it up to a little medium high heat. And then we're going to pop our bacon pieces in here and brown this off. You know a recipe is going to be good if it starts out with a pound of bacon. I'm going to flip me some hot cornbread out, ready for this soup. Yum! While the bacon is cooking, I've got some Yukon Gold potatoes that I am putting in my chopper using the larger dice, about that size. And I'm using about 6 to 7. You can see they're about this size or smaller of the potatoes. This makes such quick work. I'm going to put these to the side. And now we're going to chop up about a half a cup of onion. I'm going to take out the large dice and put in my smaller dice for the onion. And this is just a yellow onion. So you can see about how much that was. Probably about a half cup or so. And now for the jalapenos. You might want to use gloves for this. It usually doesn't bother me, so I'm just going to do them like this. You want to take out the seeds, unless you're just, wanting all that heat in there, and put them through the small dice in my chopper. These jalapenos were huge. The recipe calls for about 4 jalapenos. Since these were so big, I'm just going to use 3. Run these jalapenos in here with the onions. We got our jalapenos cut and our onions, and now we're going to move over to the stove. Our bacon is ready, so we're going to pop it on over on a paper towel lined plate. Pull out some of this bacon grease. We want to leave just a couple of tablespoons in there to cook our onions and jalapenos. I'll show y'all my little grease keeper over here from Pioneer Woman that I got. I love this thing. It comes with the little strainer on top. Add the jalapenos and onions. Cut this down on a medium heat and let these cook until they're softened about 3 or 4 minutes. Alright, our onions and the jalapenos have cooked till they're tender, and then I'm adding a bunch of garlic. Probably about 2 cloves of garlic. These were pretty big, so it's just your preference if you want to add a little bit or a lot. I like a lot. I like the way it smells, and I love the way it tastes. We'll stir that around and let it cook for maybe about 30 seconds. I've got some all-purpose flour, and I'm going to take about a half a cup, and we're going to add that in. And then we're going to use our whisk to whisk and cook this flour just a little bit and make a paste. Now we're going to add 6 cups of chicken broth. Stir that and let all the brown bits from the bottom, pick those up and add those in for flavor. Add in 3 cups of half and half. Stir that around really good. Carefully add in our potatoes and don't squash it all over ourselves. Crank up the heat to high. Add in the salt now, about 2 tablespoons full of kosher salt. And then I'm going to add in some pepper. And of course, this is to your preference. I like a lot of pepper. I'm going to stir this up, and I brought the heat up to high heat so that the potatoes can come to a boil. And after they've been brought to a boil, we're going to bring the heat back down and let them simmer for about 25 to 30 minutes or until they're fork tender. I'm going to pop the lid on. During the 25 to 30 minutes, I will come in here and stir this every now and then. While the soup is cooking those potatoes, we are going to shred up about 2 cups of a mild or sharp cheddar, whichever one you prefer. I'm using mild cheddar today, and you'll want to have a little extra for garnish for everyone's soup bowls. I have cut the heat completely off of this. Potatoes are fork tender, and I have tasted for the seasoning, and the 2 tablespoons of salt was perfect for me. So you just do that to your taste. And we're going to melt this cream cheese into the soup. For me right now, it just tastes like a spicy potato soup. But now we're going to make it creamy and cheesy. So I'm going to add in this cream cheese, which is very soft. And then I'm going to also add in about 2 cups of the shredded cheddar cheese. I'm going to save some of this for garnish. I'm going to add in one ingredient that the recipe did not call for that my nanny would probably get on to me if she were here, because she always added a little butter to her potato soup. I'm going to go and add in 2 tablespoons of butter just because I can. If you don't want to add that, you don't have to. It's optional. And then we are just going to break up this cream cheese and keep stirring it until the cheeses are melted and all the cream cheese is incorporated and not in any lumps. So you may need your whisk for this. The cream cheese is melting very well. Here it is. Look at the soup. Now this soup is spicy, so if you don't like spicy food, you can leave out the jalapenos altogether, and you could just make a very good cheesy yummy potato soup without the jalapenos in it. Or if you don't, you just want a little bit of spice, just add 1 jalapeno. But this is a good hearty spicy soup. And look at the little bowls I got. Aren't they the cutest? I love these. Sophia's going to love this. So I'm going to serve me up a good bowl here. Yummy. I'm going to top mine with some shredded cheddar. Of course, we want some bacon on there. Some green onions. And I'm topping mine with a little more jalapenos, except these are pickled. Now look at that. That's a good looking bowl of soup. Oh man, it's delicious. And I'm going to have a little piece of cornbread with mine. This is like a spicy loaded baked potato. Comfort in a bowl. Y'all got to try this. Yum.